Woody se lo ha pasado genial en clase. Ha hecho un nuevo amigo. Os presento a Tenny.
¡Hola!
Oh, ¿es un cuchara-tenedor?
¡Estoy entrando en pánico!
¡Cuidado!
Estoy hecho para sopa, ensalada, incluso chili. No soy un juguete, soy un residuo. ¡Libertad!
Well, that was actually a tough challenge, was just finding the balance between the characters that we know, the classic characters, and introducing new characters. The thing I always love about Toy Story films is every time there's these new characters and you kind of go, oh, I remember that, or I played with that, or I had one. And so we really wanted to do that here as well. And we used, we did a bunch of different versions, and we were trying to find that balance between the two. And what we ended up with is the right mixture of characters to tell Woody's story in this story. So it's always about Woody and the main character and his story and everything that needs to support that. We thought of every ending because as we were working on it, I remember going up the whiteboard and listing every single possible ending that we could possibly do based on where we were beginning. And we wrote that one, and that's the one that's in the final film is the one that I even had trouble writing because it like hit so hard. And I think even pitching it was like really hard to not kind of crack. So when you have something like that just you already feel emotion, just the idea, that kind of tells you there's something there that's worth doing.
Yeah, feature films are kind of our main business at Pixar. That's our big focus. And that's actually why we weren't able to put a short film on the front of this one. We love short films, but the people were needed to make Incredibles 2 and then to come right to us and make our film. There is a great short film program called Spark Shorts that's giving kind of new voices the chance to rise up and tell their stories. 3 of them are on YouTube right now. The rest of them are coming onto Disney+. But yeah, Disney Plus, we've got a few short films, like you said, in process for November. Most of the crew at Pixar is working on the feature films, but between those films, we try to, if there's any downtime, we try to spend our time working on some of these great spin-off stories of these kind of characters that we love. Yeah, right now our focus is just on the short films and kind of these as spin-offs for Disney+. Forky, it's a series of 10 short films called Forky Asks a Question. And each one, Forky is new to life. He's only been alive 3 days. It takes place just after they get back from their RV trip. And he spends time asking each character in the room questions about life. What is art? What is love? What is money? What is cheese? All big questions.
Very important questions.
And then the Bo Peep short gets to go kind of back into her life before Toy Story 4 in the antique store and what that might have been like. So we're really excited about those.
Yeah, it's almost more like the world, right? The world is the antagonist of Toy Story. It's a hard world to be in it.
Well,
Sid is part of that.
The Prospector and Lotso and Gabby are the antagonist is always the opposite of your protagonist, of the main character, or kind of the mirror character. So with Gabby, she's been locked away in this cabinet for 60 years, and that's exactly how we start the movie with Woody. Is that he's in this closet, and if he stays there, if he didn't get in that backpack, he'd probably be kind of the same thing. So we specifically set out to show Woody, like, here's somebody that's kind of living your fears, and what are you going to do about it? So I think it's interesting. In the first Toy Story, Woody himself is actually the antagonist. It's not until he realizes, oh, I need to change my way of thinking, then he and Buzz can become friends and all that. So we try not to do typical like mustache twirling villains. We try to just do villains where you actually understand where they're coming from. because everybody. There's a great quote. Someone said, "Every character is the hero of their own story." Nobody thinks I'm the bad guy, so we approach it that way.
I think it's a combination of two things. It's the tools and the rendering and our ability at Pixar has advanced so much from, even the last couple 3 films. But two is that the artists are so good. I mean, every film, it's like the technology gets better, but the artistry gets doubles that. So the crews we work with are so good. I think what we wanted is we kind of wanted to balance that look with what Toy Story is. The first 3 films have a specific visual grammar, so we didn't want to break that, but we wanted to plus it. It's like we wanted to get closer to things, show a little more detail, a little more of the wear and the age and the rain and the dust, so that you felt what the toys feel with a little more clarity and weight. And that was kind of the goal. And so trying to balance that grammar with our new tools was sort of the challenge we faced. But we're proud of how it came out.
Yeah.
We feel that we were able to throw the audience into that world with a little more punch.
Hasta el infinito y más allá.
¡Acércate! ¡Llévate un auténtico Buzz Lightyear!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tenemos que llegar a casa, Tenny.
Vosotros no vais a ninguna parte.
¡Woody! ¡Detrás de ti!
Si hay algo que sé, es que el trabajo de un juguete no termina nunca.